I will do the introduction today.
Yeah.
So how do people do it? Hey guys.
Hi. Hello people.
Hello.
What's up?
One thing with this YouTuber I noticed is every time I'm hearing guys.
As in, we need to change it to like.
I'm not a guys.
Hey fam, hello people. What's
Who are
up?
those guys? You guys.
What's up, my niggas?
Who are those guys you people are referring to? Guys.
Guys, people are the guys. Our subscribers and people that watch us are the guys.
Ndibai, welcome today to our YouTube channel once again. So I'm your host for the day.
Host. Oh yeah, host. That means I'm not even doing any job.
Today we'll be talking about something very important. The 9 months. We've already, broken the news that we've let the cat out of the bag already that we're having twins.
Yeah.
And it was a very nice and fantastic news that we put out there. And we've been getting lots of likes and shout outs and congratulations up and down. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys all. But today we'll be talking something we'll be derailing a little bit to something very
personal, but we're happy to share.
Personal and then very emotional and sad, how heartbreaking moments that we went through this 9 months of the pregnancy. It wasn't like the entire 9 months anyway, but the chunk of it, at some point, it was, it was filled with sadness, pain, sorrow, consolations, and all that.
Sorrow.
It will say not like sorrow, but now when something doesn't seem right at that point, you guys, you understand what I mean. So we'll be talking about complications of the pregnancy. It was a very high risk pregnancy.
Yeah, it was.
And when you say high risk, it came with a lot of things. But we thank God we're here today.
On a certain day, I went for a scan. Was it 20-week scan I went for? I can't remember the scan I went for, or random checks. And then they noticed that one of the twins has plenty of amniotic fluid around the sac. So it will explain it better because I just know that it's called polyhydramnious, plenty of amniotic fluid in the baby not being able to swallow enough fluid and pass as urine. So water gets to log around the sac, something like that. And it's when it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, just explain.
Yeah, I think we've moved from, the fantastic news to a kind of a mixed picture.
Yeah.
It's not a negative news, but it was kind of mixed and filled with several
tears,
bad emotions at some point.
Some frustration, depression.
Yeah, I could remember after we got the news that we were having twins right there in the hospital. Usually when you go for your dating scan, they usually do what we call screening, to check for Down syndrome.
Yes.
When we got the news that we were having twins, now they had to re-consent us, in terms of what it means having that screening, because I already knew that having twins, there's a high chance of having a false negative compared to what it would have been normally. What I mean by false negative is even when you don't have, if your baby doesn't have a Down syndrome, there's a high chance, because you're having multiple pregnancy, that the test will come out and having a high percentage possibility of probable Down syndrome, even when it is not, relatively when you compare it to when it's just a single pregnancy. So I had a chat with my wife and I'm like, okay, I know what's ahead.
I know the kind of person you are.
I know your kind of person. I know what's coming. If we do this screening, it will come out and say there's a chance it is. Where I know it is not. And I know if it's me, I can bear it for the rest of the 7 months. I don't mind, but I know my wife, she no get heart. This one now popo. So, and I looked at her and I'm like, okay, I don't think we should go for this. What do you think? Is your decision anyway, but I'm here to support and guide. So at the end, we agreed not to do the Down syndrome screening, and we let it go. Now, because she's having twins, she needed some further monitoring in terms of having further ultrasound scans and all that. So we now went for another scan that was booked sometime midway, some sort of, and we noticed that one of the twins was having a higher than normal amniotic fluid. What I mean by amniotic fluid is the fluid that surrounds the baby.
The one we call water.
The one we call water surrounds the baby. And that started raising different eyebrows. And that was where the issue started.
Yeah.
See, I don't know whether I should say we've gone through a lot or whether I should say she's gone through a lot.
Because it has hard though.
Because forget say I'm a shy person. But I get mind.
No, I mean, opposite of
I get mind. Do you understand? So I don't know whether I should call it that because I'm probably in the medical field and I understand the issues going on more than her and the possibility of nothing much negative happening. Probably not, or I don't know. But so that was how issues started. So just to cut it all short, started doing several investigations. Talk of polyhydramnious, that is excessive fluids. You start thinking of what are the possibilities or the causes or the risk factors.
Yeah.
You start bringing a lot of things into play, and one of the things that are considered are congenital abnormalities.
Yeah.
So I remember, like I said, we didn't do the Down syndrome screening because of the high, false negative chances. So they had to do every other investigations, did some glucose tests, did everything they could, did some further blood tests to see if there's anything going on that could explain that, and they couldn't find anything. They had to refer us to a tertiary center, where we need the fetal maternal unit. It's a kind of a special, specialized, team that do take care of such high risk pregnancy.
And the problem with that going for that place, I don't know. It was good we went there. We had no choice, but the very moment we arrived at the department, that was when I felt worse, to be very honest, because pregnant women were there obviously, and most of them would just come out from the scan room or office, or I don't know, wherever they come out from, and start crying. Like, it was just a place where people with issues were. Do you get what I mean? So it made me feel worse just arriving there and just seeing their faces, seeing some crying, their husband, wiping their tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, so I kept on reassuring my wife, but like I said, it was very difficult because of how she's, her kind of personality. Seriously, so it was a very trying. It was a very, very serious and trying moment.
God, what is this?
It's not something you would want to go through or your loved ones to go through.
Yeah.
I tried to be strong myself, but then amidst all that strength and trying to, wear a nice face and a strong heart, the doubts were also there, and but then now I just have to be strong especially for her, and go through things. So the bottom line, we went there, we had the scan, they checked everything they could, did the ultrasound. It was like a special ultrasound scan where they check everything about the baby from head to toe, everything. And surprisingly, when we got there, the fluid was still on the high side, but it wasn't as massive as it was before they referred us. So the doctor checked everything, and at the end couldn't find any explanation.
Yeah.
So now remember, amongst all the possible causes, there is also what we call idiopathic. What it means is there is no known cause. It just happens on its own, and things just resolve on its own as pregnancy go on. So the doctor said they couldn't find anything, but still there's still a possibility. He hasn't ruled out the possibility of any abnormalities in the baby and all that. So we were booked for a further review in 2 weeks' time, and then we were advised that if her tummy starts getting too much stretched, I mean, that she might need to have some fluids drained from the baby, what we call amniocentesis. And at that point, it's for us to decide. It's for us to decide if we want to send it off for screening of congenital abnormalities or not.
That's right.
So yeah, that was how we left that day, and then we went back after 2 weeks. She was still okay, no issues at all. They did everything again the second time. They couldn't find anything. The reason why we were booked for another 2 weeks was they said if there were to be any complications or congenital issues in the baby, especially in the intestine, it will manifest at that point. So we went back the second time, did everything, and they couldn't find anything again. So we were excited, we were happy.
So happy.
The babies were growing fine,
Very
no issues. They were
big.
now,
At the time of making this video, one of the babies is weighing 3.3 kg and the other is about 2.9 something. Just call it 3 kg. So I'm having like 3 kg and 3.3 kg estimated. It's estimated anyway, but that's massive. I mean,
my son weighed 4.2 kilos.
When he was born.
So the doctor said, "Okay, you grow big babies.
You grow big babies."
She's a 3.
My babies are always big.
She grow big babies.
Oh my god.
So that's it. And at the end of everything, the fluid got back to normal. Babies are growing fine. There was
healthy.
no issues at all. And here we are.
Yeah. And I remember at the time, I was always searching for this particular issue on YouTube, looking for mothers that, you know, while they were pregnant had that similar thing, but I just couldn't find much information, to be very honest. I couldn't. Anyway, that's why I'm putting this out here, that yes, is it me that I've been to the polyhydramnious on my baby?
I don't know.
I've had issues with this polyhydramnious thing, and trust me, there is a huge possibility that nothing is wrong. Like he said, idiopathy or whatever I called it, I don't know, that nothing is wrong. So if you're going through this at this moment and you're watching it, just know that, just be very positive and know that there's a high chance that nothing is wrong.
Just like you said, just be positive. Take things the way they are. You need friends around you to, you know, support you emotionally, but then at the end still hold on to God, because we doubled our prayers at that point. We were all praying to God, and like you've given us this blessing, it will remain a blessing to us. And you know, no issues whatsoever, and everything turned out the way we wanted it. So
you guys, welcome should we say, yes, we're speaking in the future already, latest twin parents by God's grace, Papa Ejima. I've told all my friends, if you're watching this, even this channel people now, my subscribers, if see, start calling me Mama Ejima, because I have ended.
Kachi will vex for you.
Why?
So you want to sideline him, and that was
Mama Ejima, yes, Mama twins, Mommy twins, twin mom, because
Kachi will vex for you.
Kachi, my son will be fine because I've ended. Anyway, if you've watched it this very moment, thank you, and I hope you enjoy this content, because I feel like this content is full of knowledge. We tapped small from his brain today. Anyway, you guys, so thank you so much. Let me know if you want to be seeing more often on this channel. See, you guys just say it in the comment section so that it will encourage him to keep making an appearance, because this man,
see, time is money. Time is money.
They will be calculating the time they used to go and do extra shift. Is that the time I used to sit and be talking YouTube with you? Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.
All right guys, see you later.